Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Heroes Lounge. I'm your caster, Bahamut. On the left-hand side, we're going to be having Revive Esports, and on the right is going to be Close to Death. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you all for waiting. We had a little bit of a hiccup at the start, but we're good to go. We're ready, and we're in it. So, while we're in it, let's go ahead and jump on over to our favorite thing. It is going to be the map bans. This is going to be the home team of Revive Esports. They went ahead and banned out Alterac Pass. Dragonshire was banned out by the members of Close to Death, and Volskaya Foundry is our map number 1, chosen by the members of Revive Esports. Let's go ahead and jump back over to the draft real quick and take a peek at what we get in the bans and everything. Looks like audio and everything is good. I want to close out one thing in the background that I did see. Give me 1 second. Where are you? There it is. Okay, cool. I just want to close out a couple things in the background to make sure they're not going to be... Alright, let's go ahead and get into this. Also, welcome Mikey Yoon, welcome Not Fun Buns, and welcome Hunter. How are you all doing? Thank you all for joining in these S Division games for Heroes Lounge, as we have a Zeratul already being banned out. That is going to be the Abathur and the Ana being banned out by the members of Close to Death. We have this last ban coming out. It could be the Tyrande, could be Anduin, which is available. That is something good to know. I mean... Oh, Samuro actually going to be banned out here. Might be having a target ban with that one. I actually did want to note, this is week number 9 for Heroes Lounge S Division, and the one stat that I could pull out here that was a little interesting is Revive Esports. They are the number 7 seed versus the number 4, or at least currently in the standings. Close to Death is 4th in their seeding, or I guess their place right now. But in week number 2, Close to Death and Revive played each other, and it was a 2-3 game. It was a really, really close set. Close to Death won it out. Yes, Close to Death won it out 3-2, but it's close. That's a big one. Revive hasn't won many games this season, so let's see what they're able to do here. I believe Infernal Shrines. Did I? Oh, Shrines. I read Shire. You're right. You're right. Hold on. Let me adjust that. Thank you. Thank you, Captain Wedge. I read Shrines. Okay. Thank you. Infernal Shrines was banned out by Close to Death, not Dragonshire, so that is still up and available. Getting to watch some high quality S Division games. Can only hope one day I get into S Division. Div S. What? Are you out? You're done, Hunter? What's up with that? I saw some Twitter things this morning. I hope you don't leave. You're a good player. You're a very good player. I enjoy casting your games. I hope to cast many more in the future, my friend. Anubrak, Hanzo, Tyrande will be picked up on the side of Close to Death. There's a very good combo right there. You've got Dive, you've got Burst, you've got Follow-Up, CC on top of Anubrak, and so banning out against the opposing side right now, maybe you consider the Uther, actually. This makes sense because I'm looking over here. We've got a first pick Genji followed with a Joanna as well. Realistically, you could go ahead and put that Divine Shield on Genji, and that's just not a good time, and we've seen a lot of teams run Uther and be really good with it. I mean, Divine Storm has made a place in this too. Granted, Divine Shield would be a little bit stronger for that Genji, as they could go into the Dragon Blade. Jaina is not a bad idea on the ban side coming out from Revive Esports, because that is just another... It's just burst on top of everyone kind of standing still, and that's not what you want. And this is going to be Smug Boy Anduin making their way in with the skeletal nervous system that is Mephisto. Not a bad draft coming out from Revive Esports, but Close to Death. They're going to have 2 more bans here before we get into our last pick, and, excuse me, 2 more picks here before we round out the draft. Nubrak, Hanzo, they're going to need a solo lane. They don't really know what they're going up against, so maybe Leoric, more set up on top of all this. They need some burst, some wave clear. Ooh, okay, so Chromie's going to be that burst, and we'll have Imperius for some setup. That's going to be, I mean, ever since Imperius has come out, it's really shifted the dynamic, I think, of where we see the solo lane sit right now, and Imperius kind of topples over what Leoric was previously doing, because that level 1 pickup, the Burn the Impure, if I'm not mistaken, or the Impure shall burn? I think it's Burn the Impure. Either way, that is just such a great way to have that self-sustain, and also he does a lot of really good damage. Let's go ahead and see what we get is the last pick for their solo lane. It will be Yrel, which is a little interesting. She's also kind of made her way back into the solo lane a little bit now that something like Leoric and Malthael aren't the high priority. That was when we actually saw Yrel really fade away. I mean, she had some changes, but those changes didn't pull her out of the solo lane completely. But it was the rise in Malthael being played, the rise in Leoric being played in that solo lane, and just kind of put her into a counterable position, and it was just like, all right, cool, well, she isn't really worthwhile having. Let's go ahead and grab Imperius now. Let's also go ahead and grab Rexar, who honestly, with those little changes, those few changes, is such a strong pickup. Your boy will see. Oh, okay, yes. Do you ban D-Shield? How about protect Elf from Anduin? That's true. That's true. Light Bomb on Genji would be really good, Lupus. How are you all doing? Thank you all for hanging out. Snag. Hello. Hi. Thanks for being here. Your mana change knocks her down quite a lot. The thing is, I actually still saw her. Like, after those changes, she was still there, but it was just all of a sudden there was so much Malthael, so much Leoric, that I think that was also another thing that they were just like, all right, well, it's not worth it. Like, she doesn't have her dominant nature in the solo lane because of those changes, plus being able to just counter her in that sense. So now we're seeing also Rexar in the solo lane, which is great, because that's just something new that we all have to figure out how to deal with. But let's go ahead and jump into our game number 1. On the left-hand side, we've got Revive Esports. We've got JTR going to be on the Joanna. Tempest will be on the Anduin. Grommen will be on the Mephisto. Fun Buns will be on the Urel. Fats will round out the team. I think I might have said that backwards. Either way, Fats will round out the team on the Genji. Tempest will be on the Anduin. I think I might have that one backwards. Either way, on the right-hand side, we've got our other team, Close to Death. We're going to Bloodsplat going to be on the Hanzo. Red Robot's going to be on the Anubrek. Cookie Man will be on the Romy. Hooperman will be on the Tyrande, and Keenan will round out the team. On the solo lane Imperius, let's also check out our talents here. As actually, target practice at level 1. Interesting. We are going to be having the, once again the first time, the talent I never can get correct, is going to be picked up for Chromie, so she will be having those stacks coming out. And Fat's taking a lot of damage up front right now. JTR will just kind of step in here, grab some of these minions, group them up, help out with some of that wave clear that they're trying to put in here. But the other big thing, too, is they're trying to be a little bit further back. Grommen and Fats aren't the highest health pool heroes in this game right now. They're going to be wanting to kind of back off and play that a little bit safer. Also, stacking up the Mephisto is going to be a huge factor in this. The last thing to consider also is the stacking on Chromie and the Hanzo, because Hanzo's going to need that extra range, but they have found Mephisto. For now, he's going to go ahead and get the shade out for a second, but that will be first blood going over to the members of Close to Death as Chromie finds some Sandblasts onto that nervous system. And Imperius will be just in bottom lane getting the clear right now. We should be seeing a split off for both these camps. Actually just going to be, okay, so there's going to be Genji and Anduin doing exactly that. Nothing on the right-hand side just yet. They're going for their biotic emitters, so this is going to change up how they kind of sit in the realm of their turret camp, because of the fact that it's going to be delayed past a lot of the moments for the control beacon. There we go. I could not think of the name for that. Just completely blanking out on that one. But either way, the control beacon, when that actually opens up, you will have this still on a timer, so maybe you can back off and grab it at a point, but typically then you can cycle through right before. But Fun Buns getting chased down here under the conveyor belts. Now go ahead and get lanced. Will be the Celestial Charge for that, but they're actually going to turn on to Grommen, who's getting some good damage onto Bloodsplat, who is not going to be going down. Fun Buns is going to get a little bit low themselves. They'll go ahead and get that Divine Star healing from Tempest, and that will also be Chromie helping clearing out this wave. We do have our control point opening up here in about 50 seconds, and Fats is going to get a quick rotation through. Look at all of that just chain lockdown. Once again, the Divine Star with the AoE heal is going to be such a powerful tool for Tempest, and realistically, we're not seeing any sort of mana starve on the Anduin player at all. It seems like they're doing quite well in that regard. See how that actually shapes up later on in this battle, if they can actually be a little mana deficient. That's one thing I didn't notice when I did cast them last weekend, or at least Anduin themselves. I didn't catch them having any sort of mana deficiencies. We'll see if that changes in a fight where they're actually spamming abilities more often. Who knows? I mean, these are also S Division players, so they've been practicing this. They actually kind of know, and they kind of know how to cycle their abilities and play them a little bit safer, a little bit slower, and a little bit better than I can. All right, we are going to be having our control point A opening up here. Red Robot is going to get chased down. A lot of good damage going on to them, but they have that burrow charge right into the wall. But they should be fine here as Cookie Man tries to get a little extra damage out. That will be another stack for that Tyrande on that Lunar Blaze at level 4 at 4 out of the 20 stacks for her currently. Another healing wave coming out for Anduin. They're going to step up on this point. This will be charged in favor for the members of Revive Esports for now. forcing them. They're not being forced off just yet. JTR on that Joanna is just gonna be sitting over here and just saying, it's nice and easy for me to just kind of be on this point. I just have to sidestep all this damage coming out from Crookingman constantly, and Bloodsplat's like, all right, cool. Well, maybe I can also stack up my level 1 because I currently have 0 finished stacks on that. They are gonna be stepping up with this Mephisto. Gonna go ahead and get the Condemn in here. The Divine Star coming out, but JTR getting a little bit low. Gonna get that flash shield. That will be Keenan stepping up. A huge scatter arrow goes out. JTR gets out with just a little bit of health, and that will be the point given back over with 71% over on the side. Oh, this might have been a bad idea as they find the Celestial Charge. That will be the I can't think of the talent name. Okay, we're just gonna look at it. Leap of Faith. There we go. I kept wanting to say like Divine something. I'm like, it's not Divine anything, but yeah, Leap of Faith will be able to save their Mephisto player, which, funny enough, is actually like that was like the one thing when Mephisto was initially coming out, that was the one thing I was just like, man, I wish like Mephisto had an out. Like if he had an out, he'd be so good, and maybe this is the situation, but JTR stepping forward, that will be the huge lightning over onto so many of these members, and that will be cooldown reduction. Hooperman taking a lot of damage here. That will be Fun Buns jumping in. Toronto will be the first one to go down in this, second one to go down in this engagement, as I missed the Chromie kill earlier. Bloodsplat trying to do their best to throw in some damage here and there, but they will be forced off this point, regaining control on the side of Revive Esports, and this should be first full sky. This should be first Punisher in their favor. Now, we did see Punisher changes come through, I believe, last week or the week before. I think it was 2 weeks ago. So this Punisher does push a little differently. Its power levels are a little bit lower. It's not over 9,000 anymore. It's more in that kind of 6,000 range. But this is also going to be the jump slam that you do with the hands. I don't know what it is of the actual name for the robot, but the circle for that was closed up a little bit, or made a little bit smaller, and then the damage was reduced, and then also the I believe the gunner's splash damage is reduced a little bit as well. So then the Rocket Glove has also another change that came in, which doesn't lock them down, that just pushes them away, much like a massive shove, but it still does lock down the tower. So it just affects heroes a little bit differently. And I apologize, I have not been very active with chat. Thank you all for hanging out. I do appreciate all the support, but this is a very fast-paced game, and I gotta say, these teams are really putting on. Oh wait, hold on. Temporal Loop gonna be going out onto them. That will be the Leap of Faith to pull them in, as Red Robot doesn't have the follow-up stun, but it was mostly, they should have been focusing Tempest because they're the one who actually needed to be stunned out. That will be JTR being focused, or at least pinged for. They're gonna go ahead and get another double Lunar Flare. Gonna get, I think, no, Divine Star Healing Wave. I thought the Chastise was coming out as well. And it's just going to be, they back off. No one else going down. 2 to 1 in kills in favor for the members of Revive Esports. They'll hit that 10 first. Not crazy far ahead in experience, but it is still an experience lead. And with this 10 availability, they're going to jump onto the support camp. This Biotic Emitter will be, I think this is going to be easily theirs. They are waiting in the lane below. They could actually go for the engagement on this. So the 10s are going to be here. Hanzo has the arrow if they want to try and go for that, as this will be Chastise coming out. Look at all that damage onto Genji. They will be going down. Mephisto going to be blinking forward with that Shade of Mephisto. JTR now needing to back off. They did get the Biotic Emitter themselves, so they traded out a kill for that. Might be worth it. Hold on. We're going to be getting a lot of damage onto them. That was the web wrap out onto the Joanna. They're actually, onto Tempest. My apologies on that one. The models are looking like a lot very similar here. That is going to be the Lightning Bomb coming out, I believe, from Anduin. Yeah, and I think that was utilized on Fun Buns, maybe? I don't think it really got the value they were looking for. Regardless, they all got it out, and only really given over 1 kill, and Genji's already really back into the fray of these things. We have some camps opening up across the map, and the other thing to note too is that the control point B will be opening up in about 2 minutes here, so they've got some good time to make some engagements here. They still have a couple of their 10s. They don't have the Wrath of Angiris here, but that is going to be the Angelic Armaments, and they can pop that at any point just to give some extra armor, and then a final potential damage spike right there, but that's going to be Fats in the backline. That also will be the Consumed Soul coming out from Mephisto. Not going to be finding anyone just yet, and it's just going to be a back and forth as your robe will be the first one to go down. Anduin not going to be able to heal through all of that. Atera backs out, and they're going to be able to make it out. Oh, wait. Mephisto? Okay. Mephisto's absolutely fine. I didn't realize that it was a Shade of Mephisto that I was like, wow, they are going really far, really fast. They're actually going to go ahead and get the Celestial Charge and the pick. Wow. Them backing off to actually try and get a couple more stacks on the Unyielding Power at level 1 was their demise. I think they got 4 off of that, but realistically, that is not worth it in the end. Let's go ahead and actually cycle through the experience as well, as we'll take a peek at talents when we get closer to 13s. All right, now I can chug tea. That's the big thing too. Alrighty. Control point B is going to be opening up here in a few seconds. We've got a little bit of an engagement popping up in mid. We can actually show some of the damage numbers, and then we'll peek over at those 13 talents as they roll in just a second. And I'd say the pacing for this map is really good coming out from close to death. Revive Esports not too far behind, but as the game is progressing, that's the big thing to note, is that they are falling a little behind in that kill department, and that aggression in this later half of the game, especially with that Anubrak and Tyrande, really can start to bite you in the butt. Let's see here. Romi's still going to be in mid. If they can take her out early, Fun Buns is actually going to take quite a bit of damage. Hanzo with the arrow doesn't connect right there. That will be nice Divine Star coming out. They'll continue to get some healing out. That's Fats needing to hearth back at this point. They're just like, it's not worth it. Nice Sonic Arrow onto JTR as well, as they will be able to connect on that. Meanwhile, Anubrak just doing Anubrak things. Just going to be a bug on a point. Just continuing to soak that up. They'll be over 50% already. They can actually clear out this this top lane, and I love the use of the scatter arrow right there. You saw it was actually being fired against this wall to check the bush for any sort of pick onto Bloodsplat or Hooverman. And the other thing too is just dismount if they are trying to make some sort of rotation. Sorry, I thought someone was saying something about my microphone, and I was just like, wait, is it too far away? No, okay. That might have just been. I was jumping. Hold on. That's going to be Falling Sword from JTR. Great. That's also going to be the Burrow Charge in. That's going to be Starfall coming out. That is also going to be the X-Strike as well. Fats is going to get pulled away with the Leap of Faith, and that's not going to be them living too well right now, and I think Fun Buns is going to make their way out of there. That will be Joanna going down, and Revive Esports not going to be able to capitalize on any of the aggression, and Nubrak jumps right back onto the point. Triglav Protector in their favor, and this is now going to be members of Close to Death with their first Triglav Protector pushing through the top lane. Red Robot in a robot. I looked over as Lupus was saying that, and I was just like, he just beat me to it. Lupus beat me to, like, I was just like, oh man, Red Robot's in a, oh, yeah, Twitch chat beat me to. All right, fair, you won that one. This is going to be the top lane fort going down. They're going to go ahead and set their sights in the top lane, keep front gate at least, and that I like this play. There's two ways to play this, and I always note it, but it's worthwhile if you're ever new and you don't really know. Hold on, the minute that's going to be the Falling Sword in the backline. That was also the Consumed Souls being used right there. They're looking for Hooverman. They will be able to find the Tyrande right now. Genji will be going down, so it's a 1-for-1 trade, as Fun Buns is going to be trying to put Bloodsplat in a bit of a bad spot, but they end up going down themselves, and now they're starting to turn this around a little bit, as that's a lot of good damage coming out. They find the Mephisto on top of all of this. That is a nice use of the Iron Skin at the moment needed, just to make sure they deny that damage. They're actually going to leave just Imperius and the Gunner, and they'll just throw out as many of the damage abilities as possible. But look at the posturing coming out from the members of Close to Death. Tempest will be the target here. That will be the Lightning, not the Lightning Note. Not Lightning Note. What are you? Lightning Bomb. There we go. But the Lightning Bomb will be coming out, and it's not going to get the value they're looking for. The big thing to note here is that it's going to be top lane keep going down, and they're actually going to rotate into mid and clear that out as well. I read Lorelei D'Angelo's comment to Lupus. That's good. But the big thing here is now you're going to have consistent catapult pressure pushing through top lane, and that's going to kind of make Control Point C a little bit easier for the members of Close to Death. The other thing to note, too, is that they get a solid level and a half or level and a quarter lead. However you want to look at it. It's a strong lead going over, level and a half, a strong lead going over the enemy team, and so they're just going to be able to try and keep that rotation momentum going in their favor, and if they can get close, if not 220 before the next Triglav Protector phase, the Control Point C, then this is going to be a very easy pickup for them. They're not too far behind on that experience. If they can find someone in a rotation, you know, getting picked off, maybe they can collapse on Imperius some way, somehow, and if the other team doesn't come and rescue them quick enough, but that will be the, ooh, wait, nope. I thought that Genji was going to be able to gather. I was like, oh yeah, he's going to make it. No, the absorption will be used by Yrel right there. She's going to go ahead and leap into the enemy side. That will also be the Divine Steed used, but Hanzo will be able to find an arrow into the back. They go down. Anduin going to be web wrapped. JTR all on their own, popping the Iron Skin as well. All these Chromie clones are doing so much, but that will be the Falling Sword being forced to be used right there to stay alive, and Anduin ends up going down in the end. They could have done that fun thing that you do where you're going down, you say, you know what? My teammate needs to go down too, so you use the Leap of Faith and you pull them in. It was like when you were Stitches and you weren't good and you positioned badly, so you get Helping Hand and bring your friends to your death as well. Either way, support camp gonna be grabbed here in the mid, or excuse me, in the top lane. They'll also pressure out their top lane with the Anubarak, and it's just going to be more catapult pressure easily just fronting up there. The other thing, too, is they had a camp that was kind of pushing back those catapult waves. So this will speed it up a little bit further, and it will continue to let top lane be something they need to address, and it kind of forces out rotations from the enemy team, and then they can take more of these bottom lane or out of position engagements. Cookie Man in a really bad spot, going to go ahead and get picked off by Fats. But here's the thing, the team could rotate in on this. They choose not to. I mean, they don't know where the enemy team is. They only know that it was just a Genji and I think Urel, so they didn't call it where Anduin or Mephisto is, and that might have been where they were like, well, that's the bait. We don't want to give over any of our lead, so we'll just let the Chromie go down. They'll open up bottom lane. This is pretty much the best bet that they can. This is the best thing they can do in their position while there's one member on the enemy side down. Is like, cool, we can open up bottom lane a little bit further. Their lane sustain is gone. They don't have a well. We'll even up the catapult pressure through that lane right now, and looks like they're going to go ahead and try and grab a mid lane front gate for this keep. This more or less might be pulling them back, and they're just going to leave Genji under the point, who will continue to charge this up. Not going to be losing that out at all. Rel's going to be back. They'll push out top lane, or at least rotate into top lane. They're just making a huge safe rotation. They're just not taking any risk while the Chromie's down. She's just back now. Now you can see them. They're still in that mid position, but they're okay with this because they know they can be. Someone will be at that core. Can I show damage numbers? Absolutely. It is about that time in the game where I should cycle through that. My apologies. I usually do it like right after 16 talent tiers, but like the game just started. The momentum keeps going here. So Urel is at core. She's gonna have to rotate in. Charge going over. You couldn't charge it for 1 more percent, Genji. You can't, like, for the memes. Catapults are arriving in top lane. They're gonna need to make a decision about this very soon. 19's gonna be here, or excuse me, 20's gonna be here in just a second, so they know they have to take the fight. That will be Falling Sword into the backline. They're gonna find Huberman. They're gonna try and focus on that Tyrande. Meanwhile, that's gonna be Fats taking a lot of damage from Keenan, who's just living within the front line. Huge arrow coming out from Bloodspot. That will be the Joanna going down right away, but that is gonna be the response to kill the Hanzo out. Meanwhile, so much damage is going out in the backline. That will be the Consume Souls used, but more or less gonna get a little bit of damage. Now they step in. That will be Grumman and trying to find Huberman right there, and that's Urel going down. Fats is doing their best to deflect here, but it's 3 very, very squishy members right now, and that's going to be Genji going down as well. Nice use of the owl to slow down Anduin. They're trying to make their way out. Celestial Charge finds another. That will be Mephisto dodging for a second. They're going to try and get Huberman, but I think they go down as well, and realistically, you can see them. They're all just saying, top, go to core, that's it, that's game, let's end it through this. I mean, they've already got 1 catapult there. We already have a Nubrak just burrowing through. They're going to tank this a little bit. Actually going to be spawning a beetle to tank that. So they're just not getting aggroed by that and slowed down. And the death timers aren't the longest in the world, but hey. That's going to be game 1. That is... Oh, hold on. Joanna's back. Joanna's going to this is going to carry this for them. Web rep goes out right away onto her. What did they take at 20? Hold on. Okay. I was wondering if they just gonna use the stasis as well. Temporal loop going down. Yeah, it's gonna be a slow end, but they definitely take it. So that'll be game number 1 going over to close to death. GG. Well played. That's a really, really good game 1. That was a really good back and forth, I'm not gonna lie. Cool, so we already know what they want. They're very quick on answering for the next match, and we'll find out what our map will be in just one moment. Thank you all so much for joining me. If this is your first time ever checking out the stream, thank you. Welcome. If you are enjoying the stream, please go ahead and hit that follow button. I do a ton of casting on this channel. Oh, wait, never mind. Sorry, they lied. They don't want that. Oh, and it's the map that I accidentally said was banned out. Alright, we'll get that set up in just a second here. We'll show stats once more, and then we'll get going. Alrighty, welcome back. We are going to get set up for our next game. I already have a lobby invite. Perfect. So we'll go ahead and we'll get in here in just a second, and we'll be going to our next map, which will be Dragonshire. Yes. Okay, cool. I agree. Cookie Man was doing an insane amount of damage in that first game. Oh, hey Bandit. Bandit, I know you're taking a nap. Can you, hey Bandit. Can you provide us your game one thoughts, please? Oh. Oh, there we go. So much damage on CTG's side. Yeah, I agree. Close to death. They did a lot of good work. I think that's a good way to summarize Bandit's points, is that they did a lot of good work, and we'll see what they're able to do. He briefly looked interested, and it was like, oh, it's just you. I don't have anything for him, so he's not interested. All right, let's get into this. Welcome back, everyone, to Heroes Lounge S Division. I'm your caster, Bahamut. On the left-hand side, we've got Revive Esports down 1 game in our best of 5 series, and we've got Close to Death up 1. Let's see what they're able to do with this, as we're going to go ahead and get into Dragonshire. And if you're wondering, how are we on Dragonshire? Why are we on Dragonshire? Let me get you updated right now. The home team is going to be Revive Esports. They went ahead and banned out Alterac Pass. Infernal Shrines, thank you Twitch chat for catching that, is going to be banned out by the members of Close to Death. While Sky Foundry will be game number 1, chosen by Revive Esports, and they lost that. They opted for map pick, so they're going to be taking us to Dragonshire for game number 2. Let's go ahead and see if they're going to be able to win out game 2, or if they're going to just get pushed back and they're going to have to get the reverse sweep of a win here. That's going to be the difficult deciding factor. Revive takes the series 100-1. There was like one time when I almost started streaming, it was like that, and I was just like, I didn't think it'd be that big of a deal, but I caught it, and I was just like giggling to myself. I was just like, yeah, I start streaming, just like someone's just like, hey, the stream just started, and why are they up 30 games, or you know? Either way, this is going to be our map number 2 in our best of 5 series. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you all for supporting the S Division League, for Heroes Lounge, as well as just all these players. Thanks for cheering them on and being here. You're all amazing people. Thank you. The Anubrak will be the first ban on the side of Revive Esports, followed by the Abathur. That will be the Zeratul and Maya going to be taken away by the members of Close to Death. And so far, ban-wise, it's looking pretty much the standard. We have traded out, I believe, an Ana for an Anubrak in the ban positions here. So this is going to be an opening if they want to go into that Ana. Extremely powerful. She is that first pick worthy, and that's exactly what they're going to do on the side of Close to Death. Can't really blame them in this situation because, well, it's an Ana. It's just going to be... Bun Buns is my dad. Really? But wait, you were making dad jokes earlier. And... that's a super early Chromie. Like, that's super early for a Chromie, I'm not gonna lie. Dang. Alright. Okay. Muradin will be picked up as well. It's gonna be some good aggression to get into that backline. Jaina is gonna be the grab here. It's gonna pair well into that Ana if they want to go into the Nano Boost. Typically, you do want to run those two things together. With said Jaina, that they could go for their main tank, something like a Garrosh wouldn't be bad. Diablo's a great initiator as well. Garrosh will be the pickup here. Something I was so basically it was, you know, how do you get the most benefit out of Water Elemental or Ring of Frost? And realistically, it's slowing them down with Lightning Breath or stunning them with Apocalypse. Or you have the Warlord's Challenge, or realistic. I mean, you could take Decimate, it slows them, but this is gonna be like a body block solo lane Garrosh or anything like that. Nah, no one does that. Samuro is going to be banned out here, which is actually surprising that it made it this far through. If they do have a Samuro player, I would have thought that they would have grabbed it a lot earlier. Or maybe they're worried about something that could stack off of said Samuros very easily. Something like a Maya. Well, Maya was already banned out, so never mind. Like, Zuljin's a really easy thing to stack off of with, God, there was something that I was like, my friend was playing it, and they were just like stacking and saying, oh, like Kel'Thuzad's another great option as well, because chaining those together will get you stacks. And If you're not macroing or microing them around, yeah, you're gonna struggle with it. Wasn't Keenan on Imperious role swaps, or can they? Oh yeah, so yeah, like the draft order can be any order. So yeah, and you can roll swap like right at the end. So it's not official. Typically teams do pick up what they want, but with being able to see both sides, they can swap positions when the draft ends. Yeah. With both teams being able to see who's on what, it actually can throw off the draft too. So you can like play it, be like, yeah, Keenan's gonna be on Jaina, and Cookie Man's gonna be on Phoenix. That's actually a little terrifying, I'm not gonna lie. Slows from Earthquake, slows from Jaina. I don't believe Garrosh has a slow unless he's going Decimate. No, Groundbreaker actually does have a has a slow, and you can increase the slow after finishing your stacks, and I think there's a cooldown reduction on top of that. Pretty sure. Either way, let's round out this draft, as we are going to be having a Lunara being picked up here. So they're thinking that they're going to be able to out-poison the Ana healing, and Lucio's going to be able to boost you into that backline. Let's go. Yes. Please. Yes. Soundbird is going to be the saver. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's going to be Gravo Bomb with High Five and... All right, stream just caught up, so I'm happy now. That's a draft right there. That is definitely a draft right there from Revive Esports. They brought out some. They're bringing out some fun. Fun Buns is bringing out some fun. I'll say that. We'll see if this is gonna be Merklord. Or excuse me, Hired Goons, I believe is what his is called. Hello, son. High five. That's what you think of High Five? 100% win rate, Gazlo, and Dorms. That's true. That's true. That's very, very true. Well, good luck. Have fun to the teams. Let's go ahead and get into this. On the left-hand side, down a game in our Best of 5 series, we've got the members of Revive Esports. Gromnan will be on the Lunara. Fats will be on the Chromie. JTR will be on the Muradin. Tempest will be on the Lucio. And showing off their mastery taunts and their best B-step and Fun Buns on the Gazlo. And on the right-hand side, we've got the members of Close to Death, with Cookie Man going to be on the Phoenix. Hooverman will be on the Ana. We're going to be having Bloodsplat going to be on the Thrall. Keenan will be on the Joanna, and Red Robot rounds out the team on the Garrosh. Let's go ahead and jump into our bottom lane. Not typically what we see, but hold on. Maybe they're trying to catch someone in the rotation here, as Red Robot will get the toss onto JTR, but they still have Dwarf Toss. They're going to have great movement with that. Going to be dumping a lot of damage here from Fats into these bushes right now, and that will also be Jaina responding in kind, but more or less getting forced out of this, and that also will be stacking up Chromie quite well on that level 1 questing talent. The, once again the first time, right? I'm trying to memorize this. Once again the first time. We did it. We did it, stream. Yeah. Accidental hearthing. As I like to call it, they're testing out their B key to make sure that it works so that they can hearth later on in the game when necessary. The Tempest will be thrown out of position, but they have that wall ride and the jump. I actually don't know what that is off the top of my head. Push off. Well, that makes sense because that's what he yells. But push off will be the there we go. Push off is going to be exactly what he yells, but that will be JTR, I think, trying to get the Dwarf Toss over the wall, not going to be making it, but Bloodsplat will be that initial target, and Fats will actually be turned around, and Sleep Dart goes out onto JTR, so they're able to pick off the Chromie here and able to make it out just fine. The other thing, too, is Bloodsplat was able to proc his Frostwolf Resilience and was able to just continue to get healing. Gazlo is, I think, doing double duty through mid and top, and Thrall is actually going to be Crash Lightning. That's not something that I caught till just now, so... Okay. Okay, prioritization onto the heroes, and I believe some extra damage as well. Tempest is just gonna rotate back and forth here. They're gonna be playing it safe for now. Fats is back, so they're gonna be able to try and dump in some of this damage, work on that level 1 questing talent. We do have Gazlo with I don't know what it is. Goblin Repairs at level 1, actually. So they're going regen globe questing. We'll see how this works out here, but Red Robot going to be taking a lot of damage. That will be the Stormbolt going out onto 1. JTR just cycling back. Doesn't have a whole lot of mana themselves, so they're just doing their best to kind of anchor and tank and kind of absorb a lot of this damage. But more or less, that's also keeping Bloodsplat very healthy, because they're able to get those Chain Lightning stacks off of them. And the other thing to note, too, is they took the Frostwolf Pack at level 4 there, so they're going to be stacking that up, and Lunara will be going down, I believe, to the Jaina in the mid lane, and they're getting forced off this bottom point because, well, with the Lunara being killed, they're like, cool, maybe we can actually do something in bottom, so let's tap our will, let's try and re-engage on this, and I think that's exactly what they were trying to do for a second. They might need to address mid lane, as Murden's going to be here by themselves. Okay, I was going to say, Murden's down here by himself, but it looks like Keenan is going to be just staying up here in the top. We do have Phoenix getting the conversion onto this. Meanwhile, in bottom lane, Tempest will be stepping forward onto this point. Fat's dumping in that damage as best they can from afar. And that, ooh, hold on. Rotation coming in from Keenan. If they're going to be able to get a flank here, and you can see the pinks coming out, they want to set up. That's going to be the Ice Lance going out. They kind of announced their positioning here, but that will be Phoenix getting the kill onto Gazlo's. Cookie Man is going to have no shielding, a little bit of health, but they're able to get the conversion onto this. Going to blink out as, oh wait, no, Lunara wants to put the poison on, and look how much there is. I don't know if Cookie Man's going to be able to survive through this, because the poison will tick. No, they should be fine. They're going to be absolutely fine. They get the conversion on the top. Bottom lane seems like it's still going to be held over. That will be Jaina going back to go ahead and get full mana and health. And actually, okay, no, they did get all the way back. I thought they got interrupted. Look how fast this Lucio is. What did he take? He took Supersonic. That is awesome. And this is pretty much what at least what I've always taken at level 1. Red Robot just staying on this point, and Chromie's just able to sit there and stack of them. He's currently sitting at 31 stacks, and they're just getting double stacks off of that every single time. Gonna go ahead and get a toss, and I think 1 or 2 of their own on that Groundbreaker, excuse me, that Warbreaker at level 1. Can't kill Phoenix with Lunar Poison. Apparently! I was thinking that the poison would tick through, but no. That shielding came back in time, and it was absolutely everything they needed. Once again, though, we do have the Benny Hill music starting out. That will be the Storm Belt missing. We do have some just damage going out, and they're not going to get a kill, but they're at least forcing them back far enough, and they put a little bit of damage. They get a little bit of vision on them as well. No, she did not take that at level 1. I thought she took Nature's Perspective, but she ended up taking the Enlarged Wisp, right? Growing Wisp? Sentinel Wisp. Which realistically gives you an insane amount of vision. Like, we can actually go ahead and show the vision on the side of Revive Esports right now, and you can kind of see how they're blindly kind of just, they're doing their best to just kind of throw the damage in right now. But we can also just go ahead and get right back into this fight, as it's going to be a little bit of back and forth here in this bottom lane. Keenan taking a lot of damage as JTR has stepped up, trying to get the kill onto this Jaina, but it's just not happening at all. And this I also want to note this too. Like, if you're just like, oh yeah, we're on Dragonshire. The other thing to note too is we have been on Dragonshire for 5 minutes, and it still is the first Dragonite phase. Bloodsplat gonna sneak away over here and gonna grab this. Sentinel Wisp, actually, if it sat still in that bush, would probably reveal that, but no one gonna be here in mid lane. No one there in time, and that will be Revive Esports with the first Dragonite of the game. Chromie also going to be finishing out her level 1 questing talent during all of that as well, which is huge for her. Now she's going to have that third Echo, and that means that she'll have a ton of damage if she's able to get those angles just right. The other thing to note too is I really love what Revive Esports is doing right now with their push power. They've got Siege Giants in bottom lane. They've put 3 members down here as well. They're going to continue to force this pressure in bottom lane and push up with these Siege Giants, trying to keep the enemy members down here. While that's happening, the Lunara and the Dragonite will do their best to siege in through mid lane and get as much value as possible. And that's exactly what we're seeing here. And now that they've actually cleared out some of that bottom lane pressure, they could rotate up. Red Robot in a bit of a rough spot. And it seems like they're going to be able to just back off and play this fine. 24% on this Dragonite, 16 seconds left. They don't want to push in too hard with this. This is Lunara. She actually does have Leaping Strike, so she can utilize that to kind of get away if she can maybe hit an enemy minion with that if she's a little too far forward. Regardless, 10 to 10 in talents, and actually, Gazlo going... Oh, I didn't see the Phoenix on the map or anywhere, and I was like, did Gazlo go down to... But then how Phoenix? Okay. It was blinking. Whew. Oh, okay. It'll hit the shields as the shield regens, so whichever one's... Okay. We'll see. Now that she's Leaping Strikes. Good luck, Phoenix. No. That's the GG factor right there. It's just she got leaping strikes. This is actually going to be top lane getting pushed in quite a bit. Cookieman doing a great job into Fun Buns right now and taking out this well. If they're able to just kind of weaken that or take it out, that'll be a huge victory for them in said solo lane. And you can see that happening in bottom lane right now as they're trying to open this up, and they're chasing in. Red Robot looking for a toss onto one. That will be the water elemental forward as well. They're trying to poke out with this. Lunar will be going down into the top lane against the Phoenix. So there you go. There it is, everybody. That's it. Phoenix is unkillable, as I am actually missing the entire Murden kill in bottom lane, as Keenan will go ahead and get the nano boost put onto them. That's going to be the toss going out into the fray onto Bloodsplat, who's going to be stepping up onto Fats right now, and that's going to be a Chromie in a bit of a bad spot. They're trying to do as much damage as possible, maybe trying to trade out these kills. That will not be the case. As we're approaching these 13s on the side of close to death, they're continuing to push in bottom lane and get a ton of value right now. Actually, peeking up in top lane, it's Fun Buns it's kind of the same situation. They're trying to do their best in this top lane, but it's not working out for them. They're not able to get the push pressure they're looking for, and they're just gonna have to back off. And we do have another Shrine phase activating in a few moments here, the second one of the game. See if this changes at all with our 10 talent tiers. The other thing to note too is that we have Gravel Bomb on this Gazlo, but he's sitting up in top lane, so if he's not able to actually engage on any of these, then Robot Crab is better than Bambi. That is so good, Lupus. Thank you. We have Gazlo still pushing up top lane as much as they can, but that's the other thing to note though is like, we want to see this Gravel Bomb action, it's just we can't because they're constantly being in this solo lane position. Well, we'll see actually right now as Bloodsplat will go ahead and get the, that's going to be the Gravel Bomb as we have the Phoenix coming in here, but they won't connect onto them, and this is going to be the Gazlo going down once again to Phoenix in top lane. They don't actually have the charge on this, but down here, that's going to be a huge Warlord challenge. Lunar will be going down. Break It Down is just a touch too late right there from Tempest. And now Red Robot trying to step up and trying to find a stun and at least a slow, but now Bloodsplat's going to be jumping in as well. They have that Wind Fury for a little extra quick movement, and Tempest going to be backing up there. That was a very risky choice to make. Whew. With those two kills, though, you'd think that they'd be able to get Dragonite, but unfortunately that's not going to be the case. The death timers are not long enough, and Lunar is about to be back. Gazlo's already back, so they're going to be able to stall this out. No one should be able to confirm mid lane. The Boombox will be used as a vision tool right now, just to make sure that no one's going to be picking up that Dragonite, but it is up for and available. Red Robot stepping up right now. Chromie going to hit them once. They've got this. See, here's the thing, though. They can cycle through these Sandblasts, and with the Chromies kind of stacking up, it's going to get a ton of value, but unless you kill the Chromie, that'll be a different case here as the Purification Salve will go out. And they also had the, I believe they didn't have the Nano Boost on them. They had the Shimmer. Either way, nice Leaping Strike coming out from Lunar to make sure that she won't be picked off in that tight corridor. Now Chromie trying to dump in the damage, but they actually trigger the camp right in front of them. I think they're trying to use the Sandblast and actually hit the minion, but now Warlord's challenge in this tight corridor. They have the pull in. That will be the Gravel Bomb. That is going to be the self-cleanse to make sure that they don't get the value from the temporal loop, but still Muradin goes down. Top lane will be converted by said Garrosh, and they couldn't leave the Jaina in mid. And I think Keenan might be able to grab this Dragonite. Bloodsplat sitting in this tight, in these little tight corridors is going to be Chromie's best place, but Fats is going to be taking a ton of damage. Chromie goes down before they have the Break It Down in time. Bloodsplat rotating off will be grabbing the Dragonite. And that second Dragonite of the game going over to the members of Close to Death. Loop in theory is mostly for Ana. Fair, yeah. Hey Phantom Puppy, hey Ryokai, how you both doing? But Garrosh can ally throw, negate. Oh. Sorry, I haven't been very chatty for Discord chat. It's just been a very fast-paced game, I'm not gonna lie. But thank you all for hanging out, thank you all for chatting, and welcome. I hope you're enjoying the games. 16 talents here to 14. They're pressing in through this mid lane. Chromie gonna try and dump out that damage a little bit further. Dragonite still pretty healthy, just now dropping below 50%, and they have that 16 talent here. Everyone's up and available for this. We do have Jaina trying to pressure out that bottom lane a little bit as Muradin chased them right out of there. That Sentinel Wisp will be getting the vision necessary, but it will be going down now. Toss out onto JTR. Warlord's challenge, I don't think connect, but that's still so much damage onto the Muradin, who also popped the Avatar form. Jaina's still dumping that snow. That will be Water Elemental getting some good value there. Dragonite does go down. They do get the mid lane keep. Fun Buns is trying to force them back here. They've got a laser. They're actually going to mount up and chase into this. It's 14 to 16. They don't really have a huge advantage when it comes to levels, but I think they're just trying to catch them on the back foot while they're running away, while Jane is a little bit low on that mana, and it looks like they've actually used quite a few of their heroics. They've got that Earthquake if they want to make the disengage, if they want to use it as a disengage tool. Lunara stepping up into this top lane real quick. They should be able to get the easy clear onto this. She doesn't have Splintered Spear, but she does still have a decent amount of damage, so it should be, yeah, you're going to still have half the health on that keep, or on that fort right there. And we can actually just go ahead and just show vision for the enemy, or for one of the set. Oops, there we go. So you can just kind of see it right now, so we just get an idea of like what both teams are seeing across the map and what we can see. Because it's always fun to like, it's like, all right, cool, like they have constant vision of JTR, but like, where's the rest of the team? Well, they're all right here, so let's go ahead and pop an Earthquake. Let's go ahead and step on into that, but Bloodspot taking a lot of damage, props a lot of their Frostwolf Resilience, and that's going to be Fun Buns taking way too much damage. That will be the Warlord's Challenge connecting onto them. Lunara with these leaping strikes is trying to get the value, but they're not all going down. They actually find the Ana in the backline. Lunara does go down themselves. There's just so many dots onto JTR, and that will be the kill onto Muradin as well. So a 4-for-1 trade. Meanwhile, Keenan was just pushing up that wave, chasing a couple members out. Mid lane is pressured out. Excuse me, top lane is pressured out. Bottom lane is pressured out. They're adding more into top right now, as Tempest is actually going to be able to get the was Ice Block off of cooldown? No, I don't think it was. Oof. Like, it looked like they were trying to go for it right there, but it might have been on a couple second cooldown. Let's pull that back up. Yeah, it was on a couple second cooldown. It just came back. Okay. That was really, really close right there, but this will be Dragonite in favor for the members of Close to Death, as they've got Ana back from death. Phoenix is already rotating into mid. They should be able to beat Gazlowe out, because Gazlowe will get dismounted, and yeah, they're not even going to be able to stop this. And so Phoenix blinks in just to cut a little bit of that time out. Realistically, without their Jaina, I'd just be rushing this through mid and just trying to make a core attempt. They've got a lot of good structures still up and available. Triple catapults through mid. Lucio pogging out. Seriously, Lucio, that was actually a really, really good play. If I had a like a highlight reel system, I would be, yeah, I'd push the button for that one. This will be 17 to 19 in levels. Dragonite, the third one of the game, in favor for the members of Close to Death. They're pushing in through this bottom lane. Fun Bun's looking for a flank right now. Kick goes out onto the Lunara. She is going to be able to get back into this just fine. 75% and falling on this Dragonite health. We can see that Jaina is going to be rejoining the team, and I think they might have just been waiting for said Jaina. They open up bottom lane a little bit further. Going to be going ahead and getting a couple hits onto that, but Tempest is going to get bursted right now by this Jaina. Going to get the wall ride right out of there. That will be Muradin in the backline with a Stormbolt, but I think that might have solidified their own death. They have the Ice Block utilized by Keenan right there. That is going to be the Gravibomb pulling a couple members in. They get that's going to be the, I can't think of it. Nano Boost, there we go, onto the Jaina there for a second. They still get the Gazlowe kill, and this now will be core assaulted. 9% on this Dragonite. Temporal Loop will be coming out onto Red Robot. They get the toss onto Gromnin here, who goes ahead and just uses those Leaping Strikes. Blink out from Blood Splat as well, and they're just chasing this Lunar, who's getting so much poison damage. Purification Salvo goes out, or at least I think it swiped everyone. I didn't see the shots, but either way, that will be game going over to the members of Close to Death. GG. Well played. Lucio should be playing hyper carry. Then again, that was a pretty silly play from Jaina with no Ice Block and the healer. You know what? I think we might just be sitting in a time when I think Lucio is not not undervalued, but like I can't think like what's the word for it? Like not underappreciated, just like I don't think people like realize his value. Missing Salvo, you hate to see it. Did he swipe and miss everyone? Because I thought I saw it go. BM scan? Is that what it is? It's 2 to 17 in kills. That was a very, very dominant game in favor for the members of Close to Death. We're gonna see if they're able to bring it back in Game 3 on the side of Revive Esports, or if this is just gonna be a 3-0 shutout. Whew. Welcome back, everybody. Bandit is still asleep. While I go ahead and update the scores, let's go ahead and get his opinions on game number 2. Dragonshire, we'll see what he's gonna what are his thoughts on that? Bandit break it down for all of us while I update things in the background. That's fair. All those are fair points. I gotta say, there's no other dog that puts it better about Here's the Storm. We got our next map here. We're gonna go ahead and just gotta do a couple things in the background, and we are all set to go. I just gotta get an invite for the lobby, and then we'll go. I just really quickly want to thank everyone who's hanging out, watching the stream. If you are enjoying it and you haven't before, please go ahead and follow. You can know when I go live, obviously, and, well, you can catch more amazing casted games. I do this quite a bit. If my typical schedule, which I've actually fallen back into now that TESPA's done on the weekend, so I'm not burnt out from a Sunday cast and then casting Monday. So the old schedule kind of has restarted here. We're doing Monday through Thursday typically. It's going to be casted games, and then Fridays I typically take off. Saturday, Sunday are up in the air. Right now, on Saturdays, I am playing in a D&D group where the Dungeon Master is streaming the session. So if you are into Dungeons & Dragons, obviously, following her channel is the best way for that, but the other thing, too, is you can follow me on Twitter, or you can join the Discord, and that's where I post about said things. So if I'm casting on the Heroes Hype channels for the premiere series or something, that's the best way to know that, like, hey, like, I'm over there with, like, Cat, Peach, and Fear or something. So those are all great avenues. Oh, I'm just plugging myself, yeah. Spooky worm. Okay, yeah, sorry. I was plugging the stream and they were asking me if I'm ready. Also, Satat, how you doing? Thanks for coming by. Lucio is good into Ana, allows your team to get into her revive. Revives comp didn't really work with it, though. That's fair. Welcome back to Heroes Lounge, everybody. I am your caster, Bahamut. On the left-hand side, we've got Revive Esports, and on the right is going to be Close to Death. They are up 2 games in our best-of-5 series and trying to close it out on Towers of Doom. And if you're sitting there and you're like, wait, why are we on Towers of Doom? Why is it game 3? Who am I? I can't answer the last one, but I can get the first couple for you. The home team is Revive. They went ahead and banned out Alterac Pass. Infernal Shrines was banned out by Close to Death. Volskaya Foundry was the first map chosen by Revive. They lost that. They opted for map pick for game 2, and that was Dragonshower. They lost that as well. They opted for first pick for game 3, saying it's the ultimate choice to win a game. So now, Close to Death has opted to take us to Towers of Doom, which I think they know that it's my favorite map to potentially end any series on. Just, they're playing to my strengths. So thank you, Close to Death, for picking my favorite map. At least casting-wise. And also, thank you all once again for being here. I really do appreciate you supporting these teams and supporting the stream. Thanks. And I hope you're all enjoying the new emotes, because we got finger guns and we got a oh no reaction face. Which is actually, that's the exact face when Gilly Shark drafted Rexar and I got super pumped about it. So, shout out to Kaleo who actually clipped that, and I used that clip stuff. Anyways, let's actually get into this as we have a Jaina Tyrande picked up on the side of Close to Death and Revive, opting for the Ana themselves here for game number 3, saying that is going to be the superior choice. They went ahead and banned out the Samuro right away, as Samuro is a definite... Yeah, he sucks to deal with in a lot of these games, so I don't blame this ban whatsoever. But Sylvanas and ETC... I'm liking the Sylvanas pickup here. I really do. ETC is interesting. This is an interesting pickup because there's a lot of better tanks that you could grab right here. So, I mean, something like Diablo's great. Something like a Garrosh is wonderful. We could see something like Arthas, because Towers of Doom is great for Arthas because he's got great poke. He's got good engage. He's really good at brawling. But hey, they want to opt for something different. I'm not going to stop them, because let's get something interesting. Kael'thas will be banned out here. They're a little afraid of that, and realistically, out of all the mages, I would have maybe prioritized something like a Li Ming, or like a Gul'dan. Maybe they know something further than I do, that you know, they like, oh yeah, they got like a crazy good Kael'thas play, and when they can play it, they play it on Towers of Doom. Who knows? But we are going to get into our second half of the draft right now, as Jaina Tyrande will be the first 2 pickups on the side of Close to Death. The 3-4 pickups here, they're going to need their main tank. Garrosh was banned out. Diablo's still a great choice here. If they want to go into that, they have some dive. Maybe they grab a Greymane on top of that. But Phoenix and Uther. Main tank. Main tank Healy boy. Okay. I like that. It's an interesting draft. We'll see if Close to Death is going to be able to pull it off. But Revive Esports, they've got a Ana, Sylvanas, ETC. They need a solo lane into Phoenix, I'm gonna assume. They're gonna need to find a way to kill Uther. Arthas. They're gonna need to kill Uther here. Something like a Genji to get in the backline would be. Oh my god. Bandit, what do you think about that one? I was not ready. It's Towers of Doom, and this is definitely the map to pull it out on, but... What? Revive Esports, I did not know you had a Vikings player. Last pick, though, coming out from Close to Death. They could main tank, or excuse me, they could pick up a main tank. No, my god. Oh my god, that's gonna be such a hard life for the Vikings. Valier, like, Valier on Towers of Doom, she's got a lot of bushes that she can sit in, and you can just not catch her in rotations. She's gonna be able to one-shot the majority of the Vikings. In like 13, right? They get jump, so they'll be able to get away from Valeera. But the thing is that I don't think. Whew, I'm a little surprised they actually didn't like trace her, or they didn't Greymane or something. Like they didn't grab something that you could stack off of kills. Like Greymane has the Wizened Duelist, which you could stack off of. Tracer has the. I mean, like even then, like why not Butcher? Like you're up 2 games in a best of 5 series. Like I know it's memey and everything, but like if they're pulling a Vikings into you, hell, like pull out the Butcher, please. But hey, we'll see. We'll see. This is gonna be a Valier pickup. I'm super pumped about this. We'll get going into our game number 3 in just a second. Once again, thank you all for joining me. Thank you all for supporting, and I hope you all are having a great night. We're loading in a lot longer than I thought. I thought like my segment would perfectly time it. It didn't. We're still here. Closing thoughts though into this of this draft as we get into this bandit. Take it away, bud. Fair. Very fair. Couldn't agree more. On the left-hand side, we're going to be having the members of Revive Esports. We are going to be having JTR on the Eric. JTR going to be on the Balog. JTR will be on the Olaf. That will be JTR on the Lost Vikings. We're going to be having Grommanen on the Tychus. Fats will be on the ETC. Fun Bun's going to be on the Sylvanas and Tempest, showing off their mastery taunt on the Ana. On the right-hand side, we've got the members of Close to Death with Red Robot showing us his dance moves on that Uther. We're going to be having Hooperman doing the same thing on Tyrande. Mounted up at the gate, ready to go is Cookie Man on the Valeera. Bloodsplat going to be on the Destroyer, the Phoenix, and that will be the Keenan. Once again, Love and Orange Soda on Jaina. I blanked out there. And it's Kel who loves orange soda too, so that doesn't work out. So I'm sorry. If only. If only. I thought for one moment that it was no. All right. Anyways, we got our game unfolding, so let's actually get into this a little bit further. JTR will be on these Vikings. They're going to be running a dead Eric. Let's actually see the fight that's going to be breaking out here in mid, as I do miss the ETC being taken out. It looks like they were just stun-locked by the Uther and the Valeera, as well as Huberman, and then just bodied by Keenan's burst damage, because, well, that's pretty much what their composition does. It locks you down for way too long, and then you die because you're standing in snow, and there's going to be Grommanen trying to get the dash right out of there, and they're actually going to be questing that dash as well, and I believe it's 15 stacks on that one? Excuse me, 25 stacks. But that dash is going to be getting them out of some hairy situations, as Bloodsplat is really pushing in these Vikings in top lane. That is an aggressive early game Phoenix pressure through that top lane. No one really in mid just yet, but they're also trying to steal away, I think, this camp, as Fun Buns will be working on grabbing the first initial sappers. We have Jaina pushing out some snow below us, and they're just kind of trying to zone away some of the members here. But Fun Buns going to get caught by the Valeera, going to get bursted down. This will be the camp stolen away, and second, I guess third in a sense, blood of the game going to be going over to the members of Close to Death with this aggressive, tankless composition. Like, oh, JTR. Ooh. The Viking speed getting him right out of there. Don't understand why Phoenix ever picks anything but Arsenal Synergy at level 1. It's so good. You know, I agree with that, but I think it's a lot of the play style of said, like how you want to play the lane as well, because Arsenal Synergy gets so much value, but I feel like you might be able to chase a little bit, you can chase damage with this, And into the Vikings, like, if you're chasing Vikings constantly, like, that's not a bad way to just have sustained increased damage onto said Vikings. Arsenal Synergy does have that big AoE burst, but it also requires you to get those 3 stacks of initial shots. So I agree though. Like, whenever I play Phoenix, I always go for Arsenal Synergy unless it's a brawl. Then it's always advanced targeting, I believe it is, which is the questing talent level 1 for the plasma cutter. Because that's just fun, because you're in brawl, like, you're gonna get questing talents like that. So Eric will be going down. They're gonna be chasing out to J tier, at least trying to. Triple altar phase will be popping up here, and so this is where the Vikings typically get the most value. But if you're able to constantly get kills onto them, this is where, well, Vikings start to struggle, because you're now not able to be such a nuisance. You're not able to spread yourself across the map. Keenan, very smart here, gonna go ahead and get the Hearth back, jumps over onto the shrine on the altar on the right-hand side there. JTR will be rotating in. It looks like Phoenix is gonna try and at least deal with 2 Vikings at once. That will be the shielding completely gone. They have initial stall, and now they look like they're backing out. They could feign this and then try and get dashed on, but that's actually gonna be Keenan finding a Baylog right above us, and that will be Eric going down. That's all that's left is JTR, but below us, I know we're chasing Vikings on top, and that's very interesting, but there's actually better things that we could be watching in bottom, as that will be Uther getting stunned out here. Red Robot living in so much damage, and they're able to stall this out. And the crazy thing is they got 8 shots in favor of the members of Close to Death, and the Vikings composition only getting 4 into the enemy side. That's a big thing. Also, Judo, thanks for coming by. Hope you're enjoying the stream, my friend. Jaina going to be in top lane, pushing this up a little bit further. It's going to be Olaf stepping further as well, but more or less, this is going to be these Vikings in top lane struggling a little bit here. We can actually go ahead and I want to see. It's not going to. Oh, it's not going to show me because it's the Viking. I was trying to see what their stacking was on their. Oh my God! It's just blood. It's just blood everywhere across the map before I can even take a sip of water. On their mercenary. Oh my God, they're bribe at level 1. I was just trying to find their stacking currently, but this is still going to be bottom lane getting sieged in quite a bit. Funbuns will be able to lock this down. And hold on, that's going to be a double lunar flare. Look at all the bursts coming out. Red Robot stepping forward here. I don't think they have another stun on top of all this. Funbuns has like no mana. Going to test out that Hearth key right there. Make sure it's going to be working, as they will utilize it in the bush. Left-hand side of our stats bar right there. And then Phoenix continually pushing up top lane. Gonna start doing a little bit of double duty and soaking, making sure that they're not gonna be losing out on any of that experience, as JTR's left this Baylog in mid very open and exposed, and auto-attacking instead of stepping is the way to get the increased damage. Is now JTR's, I think, trying to steal away some of these, or at least get this Eric to get these minions, but unfortunately ETC will be going down. Funbuns is gonna be the next target, it looks like, as the Banshees do go through from them. And they don't have an out, but they've managed to make it out. And that stun goes out from Tempest. They have another Sentinel coming out from the Tyrande as well. It's insane how much they're denying from this Viking composition. It's really, really crazy to me. Because typically you see Vikings run away with this a little bit on Towers of Doom. Like, they definitely run away with some of the experience, but they've kept it ahead in us. Yeah, they've been ahead in experience for the majority of this. Or at least in tow with experience. It's 21,000 to 21,000, and you've got some change in between all that. But they look like they want to change that, as Tempest is going to be the target right now. One more auto would get it. The Sentinel doesn't connect, and actually Valir are going to go down right there. That chase, a little too greedy. Going to get some value there for the members of Revive Esports. Look at ETC, though. I think they're waiting for those 10s. They might be looking for the power slide mosh pit, or they're just looking for someone to get caught out of position here. Hooverman, very open in the back line. 10s are there. They're there for both. Okay, Funbuns actually goes into the backline. That will be ETC with the power slide. Moshpit goes out onto the Uther right now. They aren't going to be able to stall this out. That will be the sniper. The Ana with the snipes from the death zone right there, just going to be getting the kill onto the Jaina, or at least helping out Sylvanas get that. That will be another power slide onto Red Robot. I don't know if they have another knockback, but that will be the Divine Storm. They end up getting the kill onto Sylvanas. Red Robot is just running for their life right now. Valir, though, look at Valir right above us, is going to get some huge damage onto Grommet, and they end up getting the reverse kill right there. This is going to be Tempest in a bit of a rough spot. They try and get the sleep dart, but that also will be Valir dropping the shadows right there. Cookie Man doing the best that they can to get this damage out. Now Tempest joins, or excuse me, Bloodsplat joins into the fray of this and just putting the damage onto Tempest, and they have now taken out the Ana, just staggering out death after death. And with that little bit of experience that lead that they had is now completely gone, as it's once again gone over in favor for the members of Close to Death. And no towers for conversion. Jaina just gonna go ahead and get another kill onto Eric real quick. Keenan just hanging out. Excuse me, Cookie Man hanging out as well, just to make sure that they're not going to get caught. Here's the thing, though. Like, oh, wait. Hold on. Cookie Man. Water Elemental's out as well. Like, they might be able to turn this around, especially on the Fun Buns. Water Elemental will be cleared out, and they've got someone on either side. I'm assuming that Huberman will be able to get the right side without a problem, so we'll focus in on the left. JTR coming in. He's got a little bit of poke from this backline, but this is going to be a dead Baylog. They have play it again? What do they put? I didn't see it. It is going to be played again. Okay. Vine Storm, just locking this Tychus down as best as they can. That will be the Ana with these snipers through this tight corridor, so they're going to get some huge value for their friendly members. The huge Planet Cracker into just the tight corridor. They get the kill onto the Viking at least. And Eric will be going down as well to the Jaina in the top lane. And now Cookie Man so very low. Phoenix will be going down. They needed that Jaina for a lot of that engagement. And I think they were just chasing a Viking. That might have been the best play that they got with said Viking so far, is being able to deny this altar. And that is going to be a little extra damage into the side of Close to Death. Whew. Damn, Uther's a real man. I mean, he's a buff boy. He's definitely a buff boy. All right. We do have the left-hand side going to be picked up by the side of Revive Esports. They're trying to get some momentum in their favor here, as they're going to be picking up 13s very, very soon. Red Robot looking for something in this backline. It's not going to be working out. They're taking way too much damage. That will be the mosh pit coming out, but it's going to be a solo dance party that will be interrupted by Huberman now. Red Robot taking so much damage into the backline, will not be going down just yet, but Tychus will be taken out. The Blood Splat going to be just blinking forward, saying, cool, Ana's ours regardless. Fats is now the new target. They have stepped way too far forward and got punished immediately by the members of Close to Death, as that is 13 to 13 in talent tiers, but it's 6 to 11 in kills, as they get the bottom left converted over in favor for the members of Close to Death, as Valera has once again found a Viking. Should be able to get this kill right here. They have that speed boost, and they do have the lead. They do have that jump, but it might have already been used right there. The bottom right was converted over, so they're just gonna have to try and get that turned over before this altar phase right here, as Eric will be picked off. We can actually, let me just show some of the death numbers and everything really quickly, so we can get an idea of the Viking deaths and all of that, which I believe are 0.25 per. Oh, 0.5 per. Yes. No, 0.25, because we just saw it was at 3, now it's at 3.5, and now, or yeah, 3.25, 3.5. Either way, 2 kills going out into Vikings, but that's still the Uther going down, and a double altar phase popping up here, and Revive Esports is kind of in a really, really good spot for this. Water Elemental is going to be in the lane, actually. Keenan in a bit of a rough spot. Power slide through. Planet Cracker, though, into Fun Buns for a little bit right there. Water Elemental still getting some value. They actually forced Grommen off this, but realistically, if they can delay this out a little bit, that will be ETC sliding on up here. Oh, what? Wait. Did they? No, okay, no. I looked at it backwards. I looked at it completely backwards. Ana gonna go ahead and get these snipes out. That will be Toronto going down. They find the counter kill onto the Sylvanas right now. Cookieman stepping forward, and that will be the Tychus getting some. Oh, wait. Oh, that sleep dart was way too good from Tempest right there. Nice pick onto the Phoenix, and here's where your Vikings get the value. Look at them. You can see them in bottom left and in mid lane. They're going to be converting these bell towers as quickly as they can, so it's only going to be 2 shots, but they at least denied the core damage onto their own. It's 24 to 27 in core health. It's actually, it really can start converting, or at least it's Towers of Doom. Like, this game can go any frickin' way.
Let the gravekeeper know.
How many times did Vikings die? Yeah. Oh, wait, hold on. 7. There we go. They have died 3.75 times.
Heroes.
Times 4. Fats is going to get caught out right here for a second. That will be the stun. They have the Blizzard as well. Nice Sentinel going to go out as well, but won't connect. This is going to be Siege Camp. Started in favor for the members of Close to Death. They've got their 16 talents here, but so does the enemy side. And Olaf actually going to be going into Large and in charge. Interesting. It's an interesting pickup for level 16 right there for the Vikings. But look at this pressure in bottom right now. They've got so many sappers. This will convert the bottom bell tower. They might actually, oh, nice use of the knockback. Also, Savant's going to go ahead and use her trait onto them. And they're going to buy a little bit time that will be locking most of them down. That will be mosh pit onto so many. Going to be interrupted right away. Knockback as well. That will be the Planet Cracker coming out from Bloodsplat, who's trying to get as much damage as possible. Funbuns is going to go ahead and get the Banshees right into this. Going to have the Banshees out as well. Meanwhile, Grommanon pumping in the damage on this Tychus. They actually get the kill onto Tyrande. Bloodsplat a little bit low here. That's a lot of poison onto them. They've already lost their shielding. If Fats can get a power slide, that could be the kill. Large and in charge. Olaf is making their way down here as well. They say, I want to charge in, but Phoenix goes down. Meanwhile, Valir will pick up the kill onto the Sylvanas, and now Cookie Man's starting to step up onto Tychus, and they're not going to be able to do it right there. Fat stepping forward as well, saying, no one else goes down, but a triple altar phase will be popping up, and this is where you want the Vikings to get the value. You should be seeing Eric rotating out from this top lane, grabbing that. Balog will grab the top right. This is, so far, every bell tower in their favor, and it's 5 core damage each time. This is absolutely huge for the members of Revive Esports, as Valera will be going down to the Tychus right now. Keenan so very low. Jump from the Viking. Ice block coming out from Keenan. The B button is hit. I think they might have been trying to hit A. It's a bit of an oddity why they were hitting B instead of A, but who knows? And that will be triple bell towers into the core of close to death. They go down 15 core health during that last engagement. How the tables have turned so drastically is insane. It's 24-12. They have literally oh my god. And I have like 2 glasses of water in front of me that I've been meaning to like pick up and take a sip out of. Haven't yet. It's just, oh my god. It's too good. Power slide from that ATC, just making sure they lock down those minions, and they're going to be able to convert this bottom. Yeah, they're not going to be able to convert all 3 in time. No, okay. I was waiting for that. Non-champ, thank you so much for the follow as well. I really appreciate the support, my friend. As Cookie Man will be finding Fun Buns here. Look at that damage. Blink from ETC. This is going to be Cookie Man being focused here. I don't think they're going to be able to get the kill. Banshee's forward, actually. They're trying to chase this right now. Ana getting a few of these snipes with the Eye of Horus, but that means Eye of Horus is now on a 60-second cooldown. Realistically, that's not that bad, especially going to be going for the Deadeye as well. And that Deadeye stacks up quite a bit. Gonna go ahead and get this bottom lane bell tower conversion in favor for the members of Revive Esports. They've got 3 sappers, and they also do have the Merc Queen on them, but that really won't get any more extra damage. Look at Cookie Man in the left of our screen right now. They're gonna try and take this engagement. They're down 20s on the side of close to death. They're gonna be able to burn down these sappers, or at least one so far. They get the other. Valera is still sitting over here. No one just yet. We still have Eric in top lane pushing up that lane a little bit further. Look at the Balog as well on the bottom left of our map right now is rotating over to the altar as well. They're going to be able to hold this over. And I talk about this in a lot of streams, and if this is your first time here, welcome and thank you. But bottom lane on Towers of Doom is so impactful. You can one-feed sappers through, and you get bell tower situations like this late in the game. Well, first off, they don't have their 20s. That's one thing. 2, it's just a harder rotation because you're funneling in through that top point or through the sapper camp. And it's just, you can't. Like, you can't at that point. You have Viking pressure across the map. You already have a Viking sitting around that point ready to channel it. The enemy team is just sitting, waiting for you to rotate through any of these points, basically through the sapper camp, down through this altar, or if you just want to run by the opponent's side keep, that's not where you want to be. Brand Flakes, what's up, bud? Thanks for coming by. Beano Wolf, thank you as well. Hydrate or dihydrate. And also Zua Rules, what's up, buddy? Thank you all for coming by. Thanks for checking out the games. Double Sapper Camp, but that will be the Divine Storm and the Planet Cracker fighting the kill onto Tychus right now. Starfall will be coming out as well. They still are fighting with underneath this entire keep, and that's going to be Tempest so very low, going to drop the Biter Grenade on themselves, but they still have the kill from Cookie Man, who's just popping off in this backline right now, and Fat says, I want the kill onto Valera. JTR is doing their best as a Viking to stay alive, or at least as a Balog right now, and that's as an Olaf, and that's going to be Keenan. Just, they're getting flanked on both sides of their keep, and they're just like, cool, well, we just play around the AoE of this. They're not going to be able to step forward onto us, as Bloodsplat is going to get some healing from Red Robot, and Fats is trying to find an angle. 7 core health to 24. 7 core health to 24, and oh no, JTR. Since we do have 20 talent tiers for both these teams, let's go ahead and cycle through some of the other stats and numbers. We can take a peek at what those talents are, but we've seen the talents for the majority of the game. Single altar phase, it won't end it, but it puts them in a KO position on the side of close to death. Revive Esports, they've got a lot of options after that. They could try and rush the boss. They could try and feed in sappers. It's not going to be bottom lane, though, because they convert that back over. So it will be down to 3 core health themselves, and if they lose this, it's still going to be 20 core health in favor for the members of Revive Esports, and I think that's exactly what they're okay with this. They want to try and maybe get a kill into Jaina. They are baiting them around a little bit. Power slide, yeah, there's nothing you can, Ice Block buys you a little bit of time, but once again, hitting the B key instead of the A keys. Maybe ETC has their keys bound a little differently. Like, they don't use the S for stop. They just use the S for hearth, S for home, S for safety, shelter. There we go. Tychus is going to go ahead and pop the Commandeer Odin. It's going to be 21 to 21, but Jaina's down. They know that they really can't play around this or fight into this in a sense. So they scout it out. They throw some sentinels, and that 4 core health that they had before, or that that 3 core health that they saved themselves from, well, they still got it. They still have it regardless, and this is where it's a risky position. And I'm a little surprised about this top lane push, because the reason I would hyper focus on bottom lane specifically is because you have 2 options to feed in sappers, and if you can at least get one of the 2 camps in, or at least 1 or 2 of those in, you're just putting them into a better position, or you're putting yourself in a better position. But it looks, I thought they're going for it. Unless, does he have bribe? Yes. I think they're gonna try and split their attention and sneak in the sapper camp. Look at this Cookie Man though, getting the clear in this bottom. They're a little far forward. You can see them filing in as well. Blink forward, power slide, mosh pit. Everything is used. It's a 2-minute cooldown, but they're like, that doesn't matter. It's a double altar phase. You no longer have Valeera to get into the back line. And she won't be up for this engagement. Like, there's just no way. This is gonna be a very, very difficult fight for the members of Close to Death. Planet Cracker lockdown. Oh my god, ETC gets shredded. It's been equalized. That's going to be the Wailing Arrow coming out from Sylvanas as well. JTR in the backline on that Olaf. That's gonna be Fun Buns taking way too much damage. Tempest is now gonna get chased here. They get one of the bell towers channeled by Red Robot on the right hand side. They actually get the Viking who was trying to channel it, so they don't. Oh, they're still in this. They are still in this. Tempest is so very low, but Keenan steps a little too far forward, and they go down right there. Viking? No, okay. I was just like, are the Vikings trying to heckle the Phoenix? Not the case. Here's the thing, though. Okay, boss is up in 3 minutes. They don't have to worry about that till about 22 minutes into the game, roughly. Right around there, they need to watch boss and watch rotations. Bottom lane is where they need to worry. The other thing, too, is actually top, because Vikings do have cooldown reduction onto the camps with their bribe, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, the camps respond 50% faster. So they are trying to take these bell towers and maybe trying to take the camps off the map, but here's the thing. Bottom lane, you can just see it right there. That's going to be the sappers getting picked up once by the members of... Wait. Man. Jumping right into Tempest. They have the Sleep Dart go out. Fire Grenade as well. And they just jump over to a Viking. This is just such a tense late game, because here's the thing, like, Close to Death, they could close out the series and they could just be like, cool, we're going home with 3-0. But Revive Esports, they are not having it. They're not getting closed out that easily. The pings onto the little Eric who's just running their mind out of there. JTR is gonna push up this top lane a little bit further here. Oh, and it's just playing safe around this bottom. And ooh, if they can get the bottom bell tower converted, that's a huge spot, especially with the next bell tower is gonna be popping up in this bottom position. They find an Olaf. This is a little risky, I'm not gonna lie. But I do see their reasoning for this. They need 3 core shots. If they have that top bell tower, they can do that. 7 seconds to rotate across the map. I think they're gonna be able to do that just fine. It's 23 to 23. 18 to 20 in kills. Keenan with the initial channel, but look at this. Look at JTR. Pew. Jaina trying to get the burst. We'll go ahead and try and get the channel once again. Water Elemental will be popped. Gonna go ahead and chase after this Eric for now. Bloodsplat gonna be down here as well. Here's the thing. Look at the minimap. This is exactly what I was talking about. Making this rotation is next to near impossible, and they're actually not going to be able to do it. They will just take the 5 core damage themselves, and they're gonna continue this game right now, as they will not be able to end it just yet. Planet Cracker, that is a huge Divine Storm, and that is going to be 2 members going down. They end up backing right out, and look at this, 3 sappers can get fed in as well. This is going to be, oh wait, 1, 2, 3, there it is. So it's 4 to 3 in core health. Did Okay, he took redemption. I was like, did he take divine hurricane? He didn't. 4-3 in core health. 22 minutes into the game. Boss actually should be up. Like, yeah. I was noting it before. I was like, yeah, right around the 22-minute mark, we have to worry about boss. And look at there. That is going to be, or actually more closer to 23. They could try and rush this boss. It's going to be up right when the enemy team is spawning. I mean, I think they just rush straight to boss. They just posture for it. Oh, man. They want the mid. Okay, so they have the mid lane conversion as well. It all comes down to this. Boss will be. Oh, the burn onto this. ETC and Tychus won't even be able to rotate here in time. Fun Buns gets the Banshees forward. They're not even on the point. If someone is on the point for a little bit of a sliver right here. There's so many members going down, but Jaina dumps the snow. Everyone's getting shredded. The play of the game from the Vikings, but that will be the core going down on the side of Revive Esports. They fought a valiant fight, but they go down in game 3. GG. Well played. I thought they had that. I 100% thought they had that. I thought we were going to game 4. Like, I was ready for it. I was ready for game 4. But no. Revive Esports, they're going to be knocked out this week 3-0 by the members of Close to Death. Whew. All right, cool. All right, and at this time, we're going to be joined by the winners themselves. Keenan, how are you doing and how you feeling after that?
We're feeling pretty good. I'm pretty hungry. My food was cooking like the entire time, and I was just smelling it. And so I was like, the quicker we can get this done, the quicker I can eat.
So now hold on, because I know this isn't Here's the Storm related, but is this like a slow cooker? Is this ribs? Like, it's been an hour and a half.
I'm embarrassingly a bad cook. I thought if I put the taco meat on one, that by the time it finished should be good. I just took it off and it's perfect.
Wait, what?
It's taco meat. Cooked it on the slowest setting possible.
I was shaking my head expecting you to go like it's burnt to heck. No, it's perfect. Okay, all right. Well, I'll have to try this myself when I cast next time. Just throw the taco meat on one and just hope to God I don't burn it on the house.
Yeah.
But seriously, those are some amazing games, and let's jump to game 3 right away, because I want to talk about this Viking composition and how it kind of played out against you, because they kept up an experience consistently throughout the game, and there was like a huge dynamic shift, especially when they got those 15 core shots. Was at that point when you guys were ahead so far, and then they're literally doubling your core health. Was it a bit of a mental game, like were you just like starting to fall apart a little bit? How do you bounce back at that point? Because it was a lot of situations that were in your favor that really started just kind of go south.
Well, we got in that position, we got a little cocky, and we tried to do some quick ending things. So that wasn't in our favor. But honestly, we're so used to being behind that it wasn't an issue for us. We're usually down, so.
I was talking with someone once, or no, I think it was when we were casting the like the qualifying series, and I think I was doing it with Jay, how he noted that like you guys always come back when you're close to death, and it kind of just seemed like that in game 3. It was like, oh, we're close to death, all right, let's just bring it back, we'll run it back, we're easy.
That's exactly where the name came from, actually. That's how it started for us. When we first started playing, we didn't have any experience, and so we had to learn as we went, and so we always played these great teams that always knew what they were doing, and so we were always down. But what we have is heart. We're the heart team, Dude, thank you for casting, by the way. I'm gonna go watch it. I hope you made some architect comments.
I made some Oh no, I didn't. I made some bad. I made some really bad puns, and I referred to you. I said that you love orange soda, and then halfway through it, and I go, wait, that's Kel. Dang it.
yeah, it's my brother.
Very close. But no, I mean it was such a good series. It was so much fun. Any sort of practice that you're doing? Any sort of excitement that's coming up for the team?
Well, one of our players, Huberman, every day he does 3 stands where he gets up from his chair and stands for at least 15 seconds just to get that blood moving.
Okay.
And it's a lot of standing for him, so it's making a difference.
Okay. So there you go.
Yeah,
That's
he's more of a sedentary guy. He likes to sit down.
So basically, is you stand in here as the storm, you win the video game, is what you're saying.
That's what he's doing right now. I think he's on like at least a 30-second stand. It's a new record.
That's a big one. But no, I mean, no, it was such fun games. And before I let you go, any shouts that you'd like to give, the floor is yours.
To you, man. You've been with us since day one, and we're glad to have you here.
Thank you. Awesome.
You weren't expecting that, were you?
No, I wasn't. I don't know how to feel now. No, it's thank you so much. Thank you once again for the games, and I really can't wait to catch you in your next set. Do you know if next week is playoffs? Where does it sit right now?
So they're doing 2 rounds of round robin.
Okay.
So there'll be a total of 14 games before the playoffs.
Okay, so we got another 4 weeks. 5 weeks? 5 weeks.
Yeah. Well, wait, yeah, 5 weeks. I don't know if they're going to change it because Multiple Smiles actually quit as of Saturday.
Oh, that changes things.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
So we'll find out.
Hopefully we'll get some more games in the future. But until then, it has been a blast casting your team. Thank you so much for the interview, and have a great night.
You too, man. Thanks for everything.
Thank you. Alrighty, everybody. Thank you all so much. I think Bandit might be dead. No, he's just taking a nap. How you doing, bud? Yeah, there you go. Yeah? You okay? But thank you all so much for hanging out. I really appreciate the support this evening. We're going to go ahead and host over someone in just a second, but don't you go anywhere. I quickly just want to go ahead and plug the stream really quickly. Thank you so much, Bloodsplat. Thank you. If you did enjoy the stream, please go ahead and hit that follow button.